tried different projects, and from there is where my passion and interest on electronics started being. Eagle Group Automation deals with product development. That is design a PCB or a product from design work, functionality, application, and the last thing we do is customer conceptualization. So most of the products that we have done are based on smart homes, that is IoT smart homes. We also done with asset management, transportation. We also do training for the university level for now, because we have found a gap in the training, in the skills level. We started Eagle Group from 2021. We are two directors, Caroline, and who is at operations, and I, who is at tech operations. Eagle Group, we deal with hardware and software development. In hardware, we do PCB design, that is based on IoT, whereby these devices communicate with each other, and by doing so we have to integrate with software. By doing so, we do have a software platform, an IoT API platform that these devices are enabled to communicate. By doing so, we also develop applications. These applications enable you to communicate with the devices remotely. So if you have maybe a sensor and you need to switch it to get data from it, you can use maybe your application to retrieve data from it. My journey as an electronic engineer started as an attaché, whereby I learned the basic electronic principles of soldering, assembly, and prototype development, and wiring and stuff like that. Then I went as a electronic technician, whereby I did troubleshooting, assembly and soldering of various products, that is of a tracker in a certain company. Later on, I engaged in computer repair and phone repair. So at the phone repair, I started even doing things like LED displays. I made displays of M-Pesas, computers, displays, and any other retailer displays. So from then I started on PCB design and programming, which now interested me on doing. That started my journey now as a developer, where I designed for a few companies, speed governors for a few companies, trackers, power meters, electronic school bells. Yeah. So back then I did a project on a 7-segment digital clock. This digital clock enabled me to have lighting in my home. It served as light and also served as a clock. So whenever light went off, I used it as a backup, and it has a BMS. It had a BMS which charged allowed 6 batteries, and it gave me enough power for a whole day or a night, and the light is enough for you to even see around. This is part of what I did. Back then we had the minutes, so this clock used to display the red color, the green, white, and the purple color, and we had a BMS here for it, which we integrated it with the control board here. We had batteries which were inserted on this BMS. It's a chargeable BMS. You can charge the batteries using this BMS. Around 6 batteries also, and they give you up to 26 volts with a current of 1 ampere. So this served as a clock. At the same time, it served as a light in your home. We also did MPPT. So MPPT is a product that is mainly used by the farmers, whereby you have a solar and a pump, and this pump need to be regulated by the power that is coming from the sun. So as an engineer, I have trained a couple of people in this journey of have to make them acquire the skills in electronics. Basically, that is on design, electronic design, programming, and product prototyping. I also showed them on how to make a viable product to the market, which is competitive to the ones already existing in the market. In the journey of designing, I've showed them on how to design PCBs, how to set these PCBs to China to assemble them and source components that are should be assembled to the boards. Lately, we have been doing some projects, mainly on smart home. That is based on the lighting, whereby we have made RGB, which means red, green, blue, and white bulbs, which is usually integrated with Wi-Fi. This board, you can remotely control it. These lights, you can remotely control them. You can switch off using your app. You can also change the lighting of the light, whereby you can change the light to red, green, blue, or white. You can also dim the lighting. If you are watching a movie, you can put your preference light, maybe green or blue or orange, any color that you need. We also have a gang switch, which is IoT based. This one, it's replaceable with the ones that are already existing in your houses, and you just touch. It's a touch switch. You just touch and the controlled using your application also. You can switch off, you can switch on.
Hello everyone, this is the new chapter of Let's Be Fit. I'll be host DiCaplo. I'm here to give you various workouts. I'll be having different trainers. We'll have Zumba classes, we'll have aerobics classes, we'll have box exercise, we'll have kata box. Just every Thursday from 6:30 a.m. to 7 a.m. Keep it locked. Make sure we keep fit. And that's it from me to you. Let's
you need to look for high quality friends.
I'm from Kingston, Jamaica, you know Portmore. That's my village.
Kanga tu chini hapo ukinyedhia ukikatia mademo akipita.
Sina pesa saa hii, nimekuja kukopesa choo.
also have development boards for training and simple development to for electronic products. This one makes you build products easy and fast because it is integrated with everything like the GSM, the Wi-Fi, power supply, which is up to 90 volts, and it's also integrated with a programming interface, of which the others that are existing in the market, they don't have these features. You'll find them separately. You'll have to buy a GSM, you have to buy a programming interface, you'll have to buy a Wi-Fi interface to assemble all that board, and you'll find your board is this wide big. And so to do that, we have made it with an STM32 F103 board chip, which is a high performance chip. And this chip enables you to do a lot of stuff based on IoT. That is, most of the code that is used on IoT is heavy codes, and this chip supports that. The cycle of development starts with prototyping. That is designing a board for testing so as to reduce cost of development. By doing that, we develop local prototypes, which are easier to make. And for that, we first design the software, any of the CAD software. Can be Eagles, Pads, Metagraphics, Altium, any other CAD design tool that you can use. We later then transfer that design to this paper, which is called a transfer paper. After that, you laminate this paper, this design on this board. After that, you do the etching. We use ferric 3 chloride hexahydrate. It's usually powdered. This one reduces the copper and etches the places that are not yet coated with the black ink. When using the printing, you need to use the laser jet, not the inkjet. Once you are done, you now have a board, a PCB like this. Now, this one is the etched part of it, like you can see. It looks similar to this. Later on, now you can come and now assemble your components such. You can now start programming and testing your product, and you can even go and take it to the market even when it's like this, just for the testing phase. Later on, after you are done with the testing phase, now you can produce a quality board, which is good to go to the market. And a quality board means a PCB like this one. This one, you send GABA files to China, and you import such pieces. Later on, you have to assemble, after it's alive, you have to assemble these components that are not soldered on. So what we use is, you need to use a stencil. Use this kind of stencil. This stencil is where now you come and put your board behind it, and then you use a solder paste. This is a paste which looks like matope. You apply, and then you take it to your to this machine. There are companies that, so this machine, what does, it melts that solder paste to something that is can hold the components that are like the ones on it. You can also use other companies that does assemblies in Kenya. Yeah, so that's the market. Now from here now you can program your board, your piece, your device, and now you can take it to the market. We have two differences of PCB here. One is locally made, and the other one is manufactured from China. This one is a simple board that you can just design here and fabricate here locally. And this board doesn't have a lot of tracks and features also, but this one has a lot of features. It has quality, and it complies to all the laws and standards of a PCB. But you can also choose on which path to follow. You can choose either to follow on if it doesn't have a lot of features, you can just do it locally. But if it has a lot of features, you have to do it externally from China. So Chinese just make this, and they do something they call solder masking. Yes, solder masking. This is not solder masked. So that's the main difference. If we remove this blue thing, it will still be the same as this one. This is a smart bulb, which is like any other bulb, but this one uses Wi-Fi. You can use your application to switch it on. You can dim the light. You can change the color mode. It is compatible with the B22 that is used on the roof of on the connector of the bulb. We does this assembly here also, and this is one of our product. So these are one of the product made by Ego Group. It's a development board. It's called Red Ego board. Red Ego board comes with a lot of features. It comes with features with Wi-Fi. It also has a very powerful microcontroller, which is STM32. It has a GSM, whereby you can put your SIM card in order to communicate with the IoT. It also have a power supply of 4.5 to 90 volts, which is good for any voltage you can have, any power supply that you can have. The best thing of this board is that you can use either GSM or Wi-Fi to communicate to the internet. So this board is compatible with Arduino IDE. You can it has the STM Arduino course, which you can download it from your computer, then install them, and now you can be able to use this chip. It has an interface where you can program directly. You can switch on any of these controllers, the STM and the ESP, to either program any of them. This is the second development board, which is developed by Ego Group. This is a blue Ego. The difference with the other one is that this one has BLE, which is included in the ESP32 chip, and the BLE is good because you can do multitask, multiplexing of devices using low energy. This board is similar to that, only that this one has Bluetooth. You can order our boards online from our website, or you can get them from Chadalia KU. You can also come to our offices and get a taste of our boards.
name is Brian Wafula from Kenyatta University, taking Electrical and Electronics Engineering. I'm in 5th year and I'm one of the touches at Eagle Group Automations. So I've managed to do a simple project here of an alarm system which can also be utilized as a mosquito repellent. And the principle that I've applied here is a stable monovibrator. So the principle that I've applied in this project is the stable monovibrator. So I'm just going to show you how the project works. I'll start with the alarm system. So with me here I have the breadboard and some components here. I also have the power supply. So the project works with a voltage of between 8 and 12 volts. Just going to power it. So here you can see as the buzzer is going off, you can see there is also some light, and we can also increase the frequency at which the sound is coming from the buzzer.